Welcome back. In one of our previous tutorials, I taught you how to define the properties or structure or how to code your variables in the variable view of SPSS. And I also taught you enter your data, that is data entry, in the data view of SPSS, isn't it? And then in another tutorial, I taught you how to import your data from Excel to SPSS. But in this particular tutorial, I'll be showing you two other ways to import your data from Excel to SPSS. In the first one I taught you, the structure or the properties of the variables have been defined and we brought in the data. But now I'm going to show you two other alternative ways of importing your data from Excel to SPSS. So please pay attention. Now let me open a new view for the SPSS. So let me open this new view. Okay. Now as you can see here, we've not entered any data yet. And then when we go to the variable view too, no variable has been defined. Now let's look at the first of the two methods I want to show you in this tutorial. Okay. So to do that, let's go back to the data view. Now for this one, we want to bring in the data first before we define the variables. So how do we do that? So we go to our Excel. Now as you can see, the data entry was done in Excel. So I want to take this particular data in Excel to SPSS. So let's look at the first of the two methods I'm going to show you now. So to do that, click on one part of the data, like this place, okay? And then use Ctrl+A to select all, to select the entire range of the data, okay? Then use Ctrl+C to copy. After copying, then you go to SPSS. That's the data view of SPSS. You can click on the first cell, okay? Then use Ctrl+V to paste whatever you've copied from Excel in the SPSS data view. Now as you can see, the variable names such as ID, age, gender, marital status and the likes are not supposed to be here. They are not supposed to be where they are right now. They are supposed to be at the blue side here. From this row 1 downwards is where the data is supposed to be. And the variable names such as ID, age, gender and the likes are supposed to be here. The blue side at the top here, where you have the VAR. Okay. But here lies the case that because we copied from Excel, our variable names are appearing at where the data is supposed to be. So we can remove it. We just click on the first row. That's, we click on one. Then we right click and then click on clear. So you see that it's gone. So you can do your data entry first. So after entering the data, you can now go to the variable view to define the properties of each variable, which we've done in one of our previous tutorials. You can watch that and then define the properties of those variables here, okay? Then let me show you the second of the two new methods I'm teaching you. So let me go to a new view. Now to import data from Excel to SPSS, first you go to the tab here where they've written file, so the file tab. You click on it. Then you go down to import data. Then you move to the right and move down to Excel. Then you click on it. After clicking on it, the open data dialog box will display. You can click on this down arrow to select the folder where your data file is located. But mine is located in this folder. So I can just move sideways. So this is the Excel data file I want to import. Okay. So I'll just click on it. After clicking on it, then I click on open. After clicking on open, the read Excel file box will display. Now ensure that the box for read variable names from first row of data is checked. If the first row of your data in Excel contains the variable names, but if your Excel data file contains only the data without the variable names on the first row in Excel, you have to uncheck this box. Okay, but when you look at mine, you see that the first row contains the name of each variable, isn't it? So you make sure this box is checked. Okay, so you just come down and then click on OK. So our data is now in SPSS. Let's go to the data view to see it. So we have it in the data view. You can go to the variable view to define the properties or structures of each variable, as we did in our previous tutorial when we were learning how to code. So that's what I want you to know in this tutorial. So it's important to subscribe to this channel to continue learning from us. Thank you, and then see you in another tutorial.